Hey guys, it's DeLorean Tech, and if you're watching this video, it's probably because you wanna do the upgrade to your Bull Airs Mag Bag Capsule Case. And we're gonna show you how to apply this to your Bull Airs capsule case. So we left the Bull Airs logo on there. You could actually remove this if you want. I just didn't really want to. I didn't want to accidentally damage the finish here on this case. It might be possible. Honestly, I don't know. If you guys want to do that, go right ahead. But I thought just doing the other side was good enough here. So the Nike Footwear Mag Bag Capsule Case was featured in Back to the Future Part 2. So Doc Brown took this out of his DeLorean time machine and he stuck it on the hood here. And if you remember, you gotta be very careful about this. It's got a rubber feet, so it's not gonna damage the stainless. So he opened it up, he had his shoes in there, the jacket, the hat, the whole thing. So the Mag Bag Capsule Case opens up, and of course you got all my cool Marty stuff in here, right? So, and it does actually have that privacy glass feature. So that's how the privacy glass works right there. There's a little hidden sensor right here that's very sensitive. Okay, so you touch it and you can kind of see the stuff in there. It's pretty neat, pretty cool little gimmick here. But today we're going to show you how to turn your Mag Bag Capsule Case from Bull Airs here into a more screen accurate version. So without further ado, let's get started. So we're going to walk you through the instructions for installing our kit that we've created, which we have created from the original screen used Mag Bag Capsule Case, okay, including the actual Nike logo and the footwear logo itself as well. So we were able to locate the font for this, and we did a recreation based on images, clear images of the actual screen used prop. All right, first things first, you need to mark, and I've been using some blue tape, you need to mark your pattern here where you're going to align the logo, the Nike logo and the footwear logo. So I'll give you the exact measurements that you're going to need to lay your blue tape. All right, so the bottom of the footwear logo is going to go along the top of this blue tape right here. Okay, and this capsule is 36 inches, almost 36 inches in overall diameter. Bottom of the text is going to be approximately 9¼ inches from the top seam right here. So 9¼ inches all the way down to here. Just make sure you're level all the way across. As for the top of the Nike logo itself, I put the tape about an inch down from the bottom of where you have this curve right here that goes into the capsule. And the distance between the inside here is about 8½ inches. So I have marked off a center line at 4¼ inches. For the footwear logo, you're going to want to come out about 1¼ inches on each side, okay? Because the footwear logo decal itself from the edge of the F to the edge of the R is 15 inches. So you need a gap that's about 1¼ inches on each end here. So you can just measure that out with some measuring tape and put some blue tape here just to make sure you're in alignment. You don't want the footwear logo to be crooked or anything, right? So you want to make sure that's in there. So there's your F and there's your R. So as far as aligning the Nike logo, you want to make sure the center line there is right in between the I and the N. Right between that separation. See that right there? That is key. The screen used prop to come up with all these dimensions as best I can. The dimension between the bottom of this tape right here, which is the top of the Nike logo, and the bottom of the footwear logo, the bottom of this tape here to the top of this tape here is 4¾ inches. Capsule here, the seam all the way to the top of this tape here is 9¼ inches. All right, so moment of truth. We're gonna go ahead and apply the footwear logo first. That'll go down here. Okay, so with the label, what you want to do is you want to peel the back off. Okay, you want to make sure the letters stick. If the letters start to like come off, then you're gonna want to kind of push back. Okay, but they really shouldn't. They should just be like this. So just peel the whole thing off. It's pretty easy to do. All right, so now that you have that off, we can go ahead and apply the footwear logo on the capsule. Make sure you got a clean surface. You could use some rubbing alcohol to clean that surface off if you want. And we'll go ahead and align it. This is a very important step here. You're going to make sure you're completely aligned. Get some good lighting here. Got some good lighting there. So make sure that you're extremely close as possible to that tape right there, but not completely over it. I left a little bit of some space there. That tape is meant as a guide, but you don't want to put the logo over the tape. So we've aligned the F over here, and you can kind of pivot this side right here. So align the rest of the letters. Once you're satisfied with where you got the placement, you can start to take your thumb, kind of press the letters in, and then you can take this right here and just kind of, this is a squeegee. You can use this to flatten the letters, get a better connection there. You can use your finger. There you go. The next step, you'll have to peel back this. Alright, so you want to be careful when you peel back this right here. Just make sure that the letters don't come off. Shouldn't be a problem, especially if you have this as clean as possible. Uh-oh, there we go. So make sure the letter's on there. There you go. It's always good to push these down as you're pulling top off. There you go. There we go. It's looking really good. All right, so we got the footwear logo on there. I gotta get the Nike logo on. So you got your Nike logo. So once again, you want to make sure that that space between the N and the I, that's where you put your 4.25 inch or 4¼ inch mark. Okay, so let's go ahead and just line that up. That's where it goes, right there. Okay, because this top of the swoosh here has to be right over the T. Okay, that's per the actual screen used prop. Okay, and the top of this, the Nike logo itself, has to be just below the bottom of this blue tape right here. So this is also a very critical step. Obviously, you're going to want to peel this back as much as you can without taking some of the logo with it. Okay, so it should be pretty easy to do. There you go. Right. Now, the alignment. This alignment step is very key. So you want to make sure, once again, get that mark between the N and the I. That is really going to make this work perfect. Making sure that mark is between the N and the I, and at the top of my Nike logo is just below the blue tape. Everything else will fall into place perfectly There you go. Just kind of push down on the Nike logo here. Get to the swoosh. There you go. Again, you can use that squeegee to push down. Your fingers. Then you're going to carefully peel off. Very carefully, you don't take any of the logo with it. I would peel the top of it off first and work your way down. There you go. And you can catch the edge there. End of the swoosh. Very careful pulling that back. Oh, that was one mistake. So if that happens, you're going to want to go in a different direction. Just make sure the rest of it is nice and flat. And go this way. There you go. And you can start removing tape here. Make sure you did not place any over that. Move the tape here on this side. And this side. And of course the bottom. And guess what? You're done. Perfect. And there you go, guys. So now you have your Nike Footwear logo all applied. And this is really nice. It looks great. Just like the screen used version. So there you go, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Just go ahead and reach out and we'll help you along the way.